So Jane, tell me about what's gonna happen today.
Okay,
What's gonna happen today?
I'm gonna try
A little bit windy. What are you gonna do today?
a 400 and a 180.
What's happening today, Jane?
Jane is a great blend of determination, but also of warmth.
We are witnesses to greatness. 100 meters to go.
And the best female Gatorade Player of the Year is Jane Hedengren.
She's gonna break the national 3,200 meter record. She breaks the national 2-mile record.
She's not quite satisfied with just winning. She wants to push herself to a new level. She's almost like she's competing with the best version of herself that can be there.
539, 540, 541. Woo! You did it! You did it, Jane! 541! Woo!
I'm John Hedengren. I'm a professor at Brigham Young University. I've been teaching here for 15 years now. I teach process control, automation, and machine learning to engineers. It really grew into running my sophomore, junior year, and into senior year. I was recruited by Brigham Young University. Ed Eystone became my coach my junior year at BYU. I became an All-American and eventually entered the BYU Hall of Fame. And I thought about that as a father, when I have children, are they gonna also share this love of running with me? And I kind of just realized I can't push it. I've got to let them develop that themselves.
You gonna do some sprints? I like the Roadrunner uniform. Woohoo! Yeah. And Jane is sporting a new visor today. Okay.
Well, I just show them the sport and help them get into it in a healthy and fun way. And then they gain their own love of the sport and what they want out of it. As an engineer, I see running really as a system. There is data, persistence, there's growth, changes that happen in the body. There's bones, ligaments, muscles, lungs, cardiovascular, all these things that come together. And it's really a slow, gradual process. But you feed it the right inputs and you'll get the right results. Now, with Jane, one of the things that I saw is that she really loved running, and that's one of the things we try to do is keep it light, keep it fun, do things with friends. It wasn't until 6th grade where she really had her first challenge, which was to try to break the elementary school record that was 5:53 set just the year before. And I remember going out to the track one winter day. She wanted to hit just those splits. I remember we got through the first or second one and she wasn't quite hitting the splits, and she got a little bit teary after that. She's got discouraged that she wasn't going to be able to make that. I just saw a moment that really showed me that she really cared about it. She really wanted to pursue it. And then fast forward a couple months, she was in good shape.
And on pace, Jane, 44, last 200. 539, 540, 541. Woo! You did it! You did it, Jane! 541! Oh, how did it feel?
Oh, good.
Oh! Yeah, good job! Woo! Nice work, Jane!
I think that drive to set a goal, to work for it over a long period of time, and then achieve it really sparked that interest.
Oh, yeah! Woo!
Just have a race plan coming in for me, and if competition's there to push me, great. I love it. I always really appreciate competition. I think it helps us push further and get the most out of ourselves. But either way, I know what I want to do. So
every challenge, every race really became an opportunity for her to reflect and think, okay, what do I want to become? What kind of athlete do I want to become? And what kind of training is going to be able to get me there?
I don't know what people are going to be capable of, but I do know I want to run fast, so if anyone wants to be up there with me, let's go.
She's also has this, I think, kind of like never quite satisfied with where she is right now. She always wants to kind of take things to the next level, asking that question like, oh, was this really a good race? I mean, I did well, I won the race, but I'm not satisfied with that.
I mean, I just try to take a race as a celebration. Your effort's a celebration of the people you get to compete against and to meet, build relationships with. So it was just a huge opportunity today for me, having it be my first time at NXN. And I was happy to be out there, hopefully just putting my best self forward and glorifying God in the process. I know God has a plan for me, so I just trust in that and trust in that hard experiences teach me things, and good experiences are great and they're fun to experience, but I'm just kind of trusting in the plan God has for me.
I really do take somewhat of an approach to looking at things almost like as an equation, where if you put in the right inputs, you're going to get a certain results. The athlete is going to have just a natural ability to be able to handle the training, handle the load. And one of the things that I've seen with Jane is that she embraces that, her mentality. You know, she's a student of the sport, so she's always learning, just like I am. And I feel like we kind of grew together during the period that she was really developing as a runner. That was really developed in collaboration with her. We'd have her get on the treadmill with Professor Ian Hunter. We used the little reflective marker balls, and we tested some of the methods on how well AI and machine learning could do to be able to replicate some of those high-end experiments in the lab. And so that's really what I've tried to do with Jane and the journey, is try to learn as much as I can, be able to apply some of the methods from machine learning, AI, data science, to be able to help not only her but other runners as well.
Everyone on the team loves her, like genuinely, they love her, and you come to her with anything, like I could ask her the craziest question in the world and she'd sit down and figure it out with me. Yeah, and I think also her dad runs a kids group called Roadrunners who also run, and she helps with that, and they love her. Like, I think with them they can kind of see like, oh, it's a possibility for me to be like this good, because she started out like with the Roadrunners and now she's super good, and even our younger siblings are doing Roadrunners, and I think for them as well it's like crazy just to see like, oh my gosh, like you can actually do all these crazy things and your dreams can be met. So yeah.
I remember at Brooks PR, and we had a question the day before, like, what should we set the pace slides at? Jane was thinking, well, should I go 9:20 or 9:25? And I just encouraged her. I said, you know, Jane, it's hot out there. You know, there's going to be some wind. You might want to go with 9:25. Still beat the record by 9 seconds. You know, maybe be a little bit more conservative, just given the conditions. She agreed to do that. 9:25, the pace lights were set at that. And I remember watching her at that race. Not only did she pass the pace lights pretty quickly, but she just kept clicking off laps and getting further and further ahead. And then when she crossed the 2 mile in 9:17, it was almost like one of those reactions that I had, like, I just can't believe what I saw here. And it reminded me of 2 years prior when she ran the mile, and she ran a 4:35 to win. I remember her looking at the scoreboard, and then all of a sudden her time came up on the results board, and she looked at it, and almost in shock and disbelief, she just bent over, looking at that time, realizing this was a new reality. She had just run a 4:35 as a sophomore. It kind of awakened a new reality in her mind that, yes, she could do this and she could run with some of the best girls out there.
She she just doesn't really put the limits on herself, which is, it's a great way to go about it.
Best thing about Jane is she uses what she has and does everything she can to be the best she can. Like, she's not willing to settle, like she doesn't take anything for granted, and she doesn't just rely on what she's been given. Instead, she takes what she's been given and takes that and just uses it to create even more and help other people and bring more people into the sport. And so, yeah, I love working with Jane, and she's obviously going to do great things in the future.
She is such a cool, she's such a good influence on me. By everything she does, her actions, she's just such an awesome influence on everyone and just our team.
Yeah, he's incredible. Just a big part of this journey, and supporting me and loving me, and loving me as a person as well, and having these different avenues within my life that he encourages me to develop. So that's really awesome. Just seeing more from a holistic view as a person as well.
You know, people come up to me and ask me, what's it like with Jane setting all those records and getting all this attention? I think for her, I think the way she might answer that is, I can do more. I'm not completely satisfied. Those were good, but I can go faster. And I love that mentality about her. And I think that curiosity, just knowing that, in 5 years, maybe 2 years, somebody's going to beat those records. And Jane's going to be one of the people that just moved the bar. But I think those are going to be broken. And I think at every step of the way, we're going to see these pioneers. And Jane is one of them. And I'd suggest that she's going to continue to be a pioneer in the sport and stay curious and continue to move that bar.